Welcome back to the Woking in Property podcast, part 2, here with Laura Upshall from Harrison Clark Rickaby, and of course, my handsome business partner, Mr. P.
You had to say that.
Back again, and what should we talk about, guys? What's the topic?
So two topics of conversation, I think, this time round. It's anti-money laundering and the reasons why the questions get asked, and the importance of having the information available. And 2 is what we as estate agents can be doing to better guide and help our clients be ready for the work that you're going to do for them.
Okay.
AKA, what do estate agents do that annoys solicitors?
There's a few things. So when we get instructions from our clients and from you guys, and actually this isn't you at all because you are terribly well behaved, so well done. But sometimes we just get a memo that just doesn't have enough information on it, guys. It's just annoying. Again, it's not you, but some of the memos that come in, we need full names on them. That's how, these files can get going really quickly because we have to do conflict searches. And if we just get F. Smith, that's not going to help us because we'll get 1,500 pages of F. Smith. But if it's, Francesca Smith, then that's going to, get it down to about 5 pages. So, yeah.
Middle names help in that scenario?
Absolutely, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Yeah.
More information on the memorandum of sale will make it all go really quick because if we're doing, which we have to do straight away, we have to conflict search the other side. I know it sounds ridiculous for property transactions, but we do have to do that. So yeah, that's a really big one. The other thing is a lot of the time we don't get the brochure.
Okay.
That is so important to us. The tree preservation order that I spoke about in our last one, same thing, you see. As soon as I got the brochure, I saw the trees.
Okay.
When you say brochure, is it the same if it's a PDF? Do you,
Yeah.
print it off?
Yeah,
or,
that's fine.
Or is a link to the advert the same thing in your eyes? Like
Anything, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know, we're all trying to save money and sort of glossy brochures aren't the thing anymore. And so a link, just the pictures, because these things can help where we've got questions coming in, about the single story extension at the rear. So we look at the brochure and we go, well, there isn't one. But it obviously wasn't done.
Yeah.
So planning application, tick, that question we don't have to ask because obviously it's not there. So it really helps us to have a brochure so we can just cross-reference when we're doing inquiries. That's really, really helpful.
Fine. And there's me thinking one step ahead of that because we use Sprift a lot which is a very intelligent bit of software that we can send out the property information to buyers and sellers for properties that they're wanting to buy. So post doing a viewing at a property or before we do a viewing, we'll generally send, because we don't do glossy brochures and bits and pieces like that. We can't go and glossy brochures. And
a bit 1980s.
Yeah, it's very 1980s. But we send out like a key facts buyer guide from Sprift, which gives the buyer or the seller an awful lot of information on the house, the title, the planning documentations, building regs, all that sort of stuff, floodplains, everything.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, actually, just thinking about our process, whether that would be useful for you to have alongside having a set of the details as well, because you'll know what's on there already. Yeah. It's a link that you can look at. So I was just thinking out that was.
Yeah.
It's
funny we say.
It's great, and more information is great. And also, people don't realise that that horrible question that comes up on every transaction. Where is the completion certificate for the installation of the boiler? I mean, how many times do we see that on every single transaction?
Yeah.
And it's one that holds it up. It doesn't need to. You just go on to the gas safety register.
Yeah.
Order a replacement certificate. It's the same as the fencer.
Yeah.
Put the postcode in, and there we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
There's £7 later or whatever the cost is. I mean, it's mental.
Come on, guys.
The amount of times that I've been seeing solicitors going back and forth, not you, but battling. And they're like, oh, I need a copy. And they ask the seller, oh, we need a completion certificate for this. And they're like, where am I going to find that?
Yeah.
And then
Panic.
Yeah, panic. Can't find it. I'm like, I can download that for you in about the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it. Yeah. It'll cost me £7 and the solicitors will have it in half an hour.
NIC, EIC, same thing.
Yeah.
Just chill out. They're all there.
Yeah.
Planning documents. Most planning authorities now have got them all on there. Section 106 agreements. They're on. So don't ask it as a question.
Yeah.
Go find it. And that's one question down.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just...
Yeah.
So that's... Sorry, we've gone off topic there.
Yeah, massively. But I saw and knew that was going to happen at some point. Anyway.
That's the pragmatism, though, coming in again, isn't it? being pragmatic, being one step ahead, knowing what needs to be done and just getting it done.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't even remember what we were supposed to be talking about. What were we?
We were going to go into the delightful topic of AML, weren't we?
Oh yeah,
well, yeah,
absolutely.
and also
Yeah.
you said about agents being annoying with the sales memos, which is interesting to hear from a solicitor perspective, because I've started putting in, for any further information on my sales memos, please contact me at this email address.
Yeah. And, you know, my secretary, Emma, she's forever calling and saying, can I have the full name of the buyer, please? Can I have the full name of the seller, please? Because we haven't heard from the other solicitors by that point, and we just want to get going. So we just want the file over, we want the conflict searches done. You know, so it's really, really helpful if it all comes over.
Okay, very. If any estate agents listen to that, then that quickens it up by
100%.
a couple of days.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. And I think, you know, annoying things that estate agents do. So start with really great things that estate agents do. Really great things that estate agents do are just knowing the right time to just say, how's it going? Don't say, can I have an update? Because that's just such a wide statement. It's just, you know, how's it going? You okay? Everything all right? Do you need us? You know? And that kind of conversation is so much better than saying, can I have an update? Can I have an update? Because I don't know why, but it just lands better. And it's just you know, it's just one of those things really. And I think, you know, we work brilliantly together. You know, it goes without saying. I can ring you up and say, Matt, can you just check? Go around. Is the chimney, you know, is the fireplace still there? Is the chimney there? You know, whatever. And, you know, and it's so lovely, isn't it? Because again, inquiry 5, done. You know, it's just brilliant, isn't it? But I think also I have had estate agents in the past where I've said, you know, have you actually seen the property? No. Okay, so someone in the office that has seen the property? Tony, have you seen this property? And it's just like, oh my goodness. No.
Who did the viewing? Oh, the Saturday assistant did the viewing on the Saturday. But she's on holiday for the next 2 weeks, so can't ask her, can we?
Yeah, and it's just like, so that's inquiry 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 still there. You know, so it's just that kind of thing. It's like...
Yeah, it's painful.
It is a little bit painful because I can't go to the property in Cornwall. You're around the corner. You could actually go around there and tell me if that gate's, you know, in the right place, whatever.
Yeah. That's the whole can I have an update? I can see why that would be annoying because it's so broad, isn't it? An update on what specifically?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a case of just... Yeah, I mean, I love all my agents. I don't think, you know, I work... The way I work with my agents, that some of my agents, it sounds awful, doesn't it? But but they'll ring me up and say, and you know, I don't know whether you guys have actually done this, so you please feel free to do it. Will ring me up and say, I know it's not one of yours, but if you had this scenario, what would you do?
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to just give an opinion on, you know, because I may have come across it before.
Yeah.
And again, it's just about communication. Let's all help one another. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same world. Let's just help one another here. And it might just give a little bit of a different opinion, a bit of a thought. Thought about that, you know, which could help. So that's, you know, work with us. Ask us. Ask us if you need help on something. And let's just get this, you know. I think there's too many solicitors out there that are just saying, agents are calling again. They're always calling. They're a pain. You know, well, actually, they are the people that give you the work. And they are the people that will make this transaction go a lot quicker because they can speak to everybody in the chain and we can't. We're forbidden. For anyone who doesn't know this, who's listening, we are forbidden to speak to anybody below or above us other than the solicitors and the estate agents. So we can't speak to our buyer directly. We can't speak to our seller directly. We're not allowed. And they can't speak to us. So we are stuck, you know. But you guys, you can speak to everybody, as can, you know. And it's just helpful.
Yeah. And it's quite a complicated sort of dance we do in every transaction, isn't it? Where there's, I say, there should always be someone doing something to move a transaction forward. And we don't want to be pestering solicitors every 5 minutes. You've got lots of things to be doing. We've all got lots of things to be doing. But it's just knowing that, you know, okay, we're 2 weeks in, so the paperwork should be done. Right, okay, the searches are on order. Right, okay, inquiries. It's just kind of keeping that moving, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, some of the solicitors that we all deal with, they don't care. It's a job to them, you know. It's just
Yeah.
going to pay the mortgage, you know. It's a bit like being a teacher in a school. If you don't like children anymore, don't be a teacher, you know.
Yeah.
But some
Yeah.
of these people who are stuck in these, you know, conveyancing factories, they don't care, you know, and that's the problem, I think. So, you know, it's a case of they've got 50 files to get through. They've got 50 contracts to get out that day. You know, they're doing it for, what, I don't know, 700 quid a file. I don't know what their silly fees are these days. But, you know, and, you know, they're not bothered. They're not bothered.
Yeah.
No.
We had a transaction recently where it was agreed in October, I think, last year, and everyone was going to move by March. And, you know, we got to the end of April, early May, and the solicitor said, well, we're not ready to exchange. We can't talk dates until we're ready to exchange. You know, I just thought, well, at what point can we just not be held accountable for anything? You know, if it's 12 months, are you still not ready to exchange? That's that whole, you know, people want to make plans and know what's what.
Yeah.
And I get that solicitors need to have everything satisfied, but it's sometimes you get these frustrating scenarios
It's frustrating.
where the weeks just tick on by.
We genuinely want to help, don't we? With all that we do for all of our customers, because we, like you, don't look after hundreds of people at any one time. We couldn't possibly do it, but we deliberately look after a selection of people that see the value in what Matt and I offer and that really see the benefits of having us on their side, in truth. And we like to know what's going on because we're able to manage those nervous conversations that they have, or when they phone you on a Wednesday evening post you leaving, or on a Friday evening post you leaving, and they're like, I haven't heard anything from, again, not you, haven't heard anything from my solicitor this week. Where are we up to? If we had even the minuscule bit of information that we could provide them with some reassurance over the weekend, so they're not sitting there on a Sunday morning having a coffee going, oh, am I buying a house or am I not buying a house?
Yeah.
That would just be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And bank holidays are a nightmare.
Oh, nightmare.
You know, because
Because if they phone you at 9 o'clock on Tuesday and go, yeah, where's the update?
Yeah.
It's been 3 days. Yeah, no one's worked for 3 days. Yeah, that's how that works.
Well, that's another question. What's the best day to chase a solicitor on? Not to ask for an update, just to see how they're getting on.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Can I help?
Go on.
I think probably not a Friday, Matt.
Sorry,
Fridays are,
obviously not a Friday.
Fridays are a bit manic, but I mean, for me, you can call me anytime. You know that, and you do, and you know I'm always happy to hear from you, and happy to help. But I think probably in general, I would look on a Wednesday.
A Wednesday, okay, fine.
I go with a Wednesday.
Fine.
Every solicitor listening to this is going to hate me now. With a Wednesday call.
Follow up Wednesdays.
It's a good question to ask because we deliberately changed the structure of our working week about 6 to 9 months ago, because we found that if we came in on a Monday and then got straight on with appointments on a Monday, we would be up against it immediately with people looking for updates and bits and pieces. So we deliberately keep Mondays, bar maybe later on in the evening if someone wants to view a property or needs to go and value a property, we keep that free to be able to check in with the clients, because they have had 48 hours of no contact, which is the logic behind it. 48 hours with no contact, we're able to understand where they're up to, think about, again, putting a counselling hat on, where are they up to with their emotional journey of buying a property at the moment, where are they up to factually with where they are buying a property at the moment, and are there things that we can help explain to them and or help get information from their solicitor. So we actually do everything on a Monday, and that's not a can I get an update, please? I don't feel like I'm going to make sure I don't say that now. I don't think I do.
Checking in.
Just checking in. So, but I definitely always say, and I know I do, if there's anything that we can help with, just tell us, because I want to be there to support you. I want to be there to support the buyer. I want to be there to support the seller, because I want them to buy the house that they want to buy. And more importantly, I want to be able to, at the end of this transaction, know that I've given everybody the best possible service, so they'll recommend us to their clients and their friends. And importantly, get paid. Yeah. Because these transactions that have gone to nothingness over the past probably 2 to 3 weeks, it's been a bit of a, I was going to swear then, I'm not going to.
No.
We had that conversation not to do that in this. But it was... 6 to 9 months worth of work to not get paid for a job is bad, right? No one likes that. But equally, 6 to 9 months for someone to put some emotional investment into buying a house or selling a house to then not do it is even worse.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. It is, it's deeply saddening for everybody involved when a transaction's gone on for that long and then suddenly it all falls apart at the last minute for what I consider bad behaviour. When someone's just really, thought, oh, do you know what? Don't really fancy that house anymore, or found another one, or whatever that, that bad behaviour really is a problem for me. And I think, but it's karma, isn't it? If you've done that job, and you guys you go over and above, don't you? I know you do. You're with your clients, you're just brilliant, and you do go over and above, and they will always come back to you, as do mine.
Oh, just a little caveat: we didn't ask Laura to say that, so she says that on her own accord.
How much are we paying her?
I know that because your clients tell me that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that the last one we had, I'll speak to Matt. She wouldn't do anything without speaking to Matt first. And, she had a Matt and her son, helping her through it. And, so I think you're her second son now, Matt, I'm afraid.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
Dude.
She was just so lovely. And it's so lovely for me as well, actually, because, she was so nervous and so worried about the transaction. And it was lovely because she had you helping her your side and, me helping her my side, and and she actually, I'm not going to go so far as to say she enjoyed the transaction, but it wasn't quite what she thought it might be, and I think it was really quite stress-free for her, which was really nice.
I've got a question. I feel like I'm jumping in with loads of questions. We've got time. Okay, so when there was news in the news in the news a little while ago that there was going to be an initiative introduced for sellers to be able to pay a certain amount of money to get all of their stuff in order.
The old hips thing again.
Yeah,
isn't it?
totally.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
I heard
before they put the property on the market, what it enabled them to do was have some skin in the game, pay some money towards it, because obviously the sellers, whilst emotionally and some costs associated, don't really have to invest an awful lot of money into the sale of their property because all of the marketing gets picked up by the estate agent generally. But would something like that being back introduced as a home information pack or something along those lines benefit everybody with regards to speed?
I don't know. Is the answer to that. It's an interesting one because all solicitors work so differently, right? It's going to benefit some solicitors because they don't have to do the work, and so the package is there straight away for them. For me personally, I like to package all that up together myself so I know what's in there, and then when the inquiries come in I know what was in that pack and I can relate back to it, and then I've got the knowledge about it. But I think it will help some. Yeah, so overall probably it'll help some to speed things along.
So it'd be more of an advantage than a disadvantage.
Probably. And I think if the seller is having to pay for this, they're going to be less likely to be badly behaved.
Agreed. Yes.
So, yeah, I think probably. I mean, it's going to be a trial and error thing, isn't it?
Totally.
Like all of these things, it's going to be trial and error. I think, with the buyers, what are the costs that the buyers put out? They have to get their survey costs. They have to put, we ask for money on account for searches, which all solicitors do.
Yeah.
But that, the searches fees are going up now. They're, £400 or £500 for searches.
A decent survey done, you're in for what, £1,200-1,300 immediately, aren't you?
Yeah.
And this isn't a slight on sellers, by the way. We're not having this conversation on the basis, but the buyers are in the tune for £1,200, £1,300, £1,400 within the first couple of weeks of into engaging in a purchase, and the seller has maybe paid for an energy performance certificate.
Yeah, and I always say to my buyers, look, don't book the survey, or book the survey, but don't pay for the survey until we've got the contract pack, because sometimes, things can go a little bit awry. If the contract pack comes in, I had exactly this the other day, actually, funny enough. Contract pack came in and I said to my clients, same thing, I'm just so excited, I'm going to book the survey, And I said, well, hang on a minute, because I haven't had the contract pack in, let me get the contract pack in. Contract pack comes in, all lovely. Apart from one thing, there's a home rights notice on the title, which basically means there was a matrimonial situation going on. Someone got cross about it, put a notice on the title. They can't sell it until that notice is off. We are now week 5, still not come off. but that's week 5 where they haven't paid for a survey
Okay.
because I told them not to.
Yeah. Fine.
You know, and I know
And that's the advice that they should be getting.
that is the advice
Yeah.
they should be getting, and someone should. And that's the thing about these packs, you see. So if someone puts that pack together, are they going to see that homes rights notice and think that could be a problem?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know who's going to be responsible for looking at that.
Yeah.
If
And
it goes
will
through
they-
an AI, would an AI pick it up?
They
Yeah,
should do.
that's a really good point.
Well, there you go. They should do. But,
Yeah.
you know, and we were told immediately, and I flagged it straight away to the vendor's lawyer, and I said, well, look, you've given me the contract pack, but there's a homes rights notice on it. They hadn't even seen it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And she went, oh my God, okay, I'll speak to my client. Spoke to the client. Yeah, this is no problem. It was a matrimonial situation. It's all cleared up, all sorted now. 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
Obviously wasn't that sorted, was it?
Absolutely.
No.
Who's going to take it off? Oh, the matrimonial lawyer who dealt with it all at the time. Well, have they taken it off? No. Keep going every week. Still on there. Still on there. Sorry, we're still waiting for an update. So swings and roundabouts with the packs there, Matt.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Thank you.
Trying to stamp out bad behaviour.
Yeah.
So we are coming up to our time limit on these cameras, unfortunately. But this has been wonderful. Thank you so much, Laura.
Oh, it's
for coming in.
lovely to be here and have a little chat with you both.
Wonderful. So hopefully doing some good for agent-solicitor relations.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's work together. Do you know what? Enjoy each other's company, enjoy each other's advice, communication. We always have a laugh, don't we, with all of our transactions. And, you know, if we need to, we just deal with situations. And, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit longer than others. But if we're all honest, you know, it's transparency, integrity, and communication.
Yeah.
And we'll get through anything, you know, but keep those inquiries down, guys. You don't need to start doing 40 odd inquiries, and please don't put inquiries through AI. It's very aggravating.
I think that's a good bit of knowledge to end on there.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Laura, and we'll
Pleasure.
see you all in the next one.